Police are appealing for witnesses who may have seen the robber leaving the scene. He's described as wearing a red and blue balaclava or cap. Looking at the weather tonight, the clouds will increase this evening and it'll be followed by outbreaks of light rain, which will then die out later on in the night. It's 10:05.
Etta James, I've got the will. This is the Late Known and Cure, by the way. I'm Chris Morris, your local radio station in the West. Hearing the news tonight that they're going on again about trying to reassure the wives of naval employees that the inlet of the Wrens into the services actually on the high seas will not in any way interfere with their married relationships. And they had a spokesperson on, he was saying, well, basically, what the wives have got to remember is that any relationship between the Wrens and the men on the boats at sea will be purely professional. I simply don't see how the exchange of money is going to make it any better to accept for the wives. View? Move.
while they play mothers and fathers, we play little boys and girls. When we're gonna make it work, I could be happy, I could be quite naive. It's only me and my shadow, happy in a make-believe zoo. With the hounds of fate, I'll call your bluff. Hey, 'cause it would be okay to walk on tiptoes every day. When I think of you and all the love that's due, I make a promise, I'll make a stand. 'Cause to these big brown eyes, this comes as no surprise. We've got the whole wide world in our hands. Advice for the young at heart. Soon we will be older.
Precisely.
When we're gonna make it work. Love is a promise, love is a souvenir. Once given, never forgotten, never let it disappear. This could be our last chance. When we're gonna make it work. Working hard is over. How it makes me weak, 'cause someone sent my soul to sleep. When I think of you and all the love that's due, I make a promise, I'll understand. 'Cause to these big brown eyes, this comes as no surprise. We've got the whole wide world in our advice for the young at heart. Soon we will be older. When we're gonna make it work. Advice for the young at heart. Soon we will be older. When we're gonna make it work. Working hard is over.
Tears for Fears, advice for the younger heart. Soon.
And do anything
Yeah.
that we
Want?
want.
Want. Advice for the younger heart. Soon we will be older. It's great when they. It's tremendous when a pop lyric writer actually feeds you a line that you'd feel proud to say at any time of day to anybody, no matter how intelligent, wherever you were. You know, to get even the sort of thing you put into the Queen's speech, really. Advice to the younger heart, soon you will be older. Anyway, flinging some other gems at you tonight and a couple of questions on the back of which you can win yourself the new Phil Collins LP, or the current Phil Collins LP, probably the last one that's going to be around for the next 2 or 3 years. Wayne Carr, your favourite daytime jock, will be coming in later, having a look at some of the events in the last week's news, understanding absolutely none of them whatsoever. Also looking at the celebrity gossip and some of your letters in Wayne's mail. We'll also be giving away some other star prizes and so on the back of a competition which involves you Deciding what several people in the street have described as an everyday object. If you get that right, then you can win those. Also, cinema tickets to a Canon cinema of your choice. Looking at the week's news, all the other kind of usual drivel. And the feedback reports. News actually like this from last week, that Jakarta's three-wheeled transport, the becaks, are being forced off the road by the government. And they're not only saying to the drivers, you must not carry on driving these, they are simply going round at night, nicking them and chucking them into the sea. Now, you may think it rather trivial to me, but it does actually remind me of a great joke that I know, which is my wife went to Indonesia. Jakarta? No, I just minced her through a mincer and then sent her ounce by ounce courtesy of a carrier pigeon. Phil Collins questions then, if you want to win his LP. And all you have to do is answer these two questions, I think, tonight. The numbers Bristol 238877, Gloucester 307575 and Swindon 513366. The LP is called But Seriously, because the last two were jokes. And all you have to do is say, which famous musician is playing guitar on his current single? Is it Jeff Beck, Tracy Chapman, Eric Clapton, Roger Whittaker, Bob Dylan, Nick Hayward, Richard Digance? The numbers Bristol 238877, Gloucester 307575 and Swindon 513366. And all you have to do is answer that question. And secondly, say that who did Phil Collins replace as the lead singer in Genesis? Was it the person who became Alf in Yazoo? Was it Peter Gabriel? Was it Fish? Or was it Michael Barrett? Again, the numbers Bristol 238877, Gloucester 307575 and Swindon 513366. I'll whistle through those again very quickly. Who's playing guitar on the Phil Collins single? Jeff Beck, Tracy Chapman, Eric Clapton, Roger Whittaker, Bob Dylan, Nick Hayward or Richard Digance. And who did Phil Collins replace in Genesis? Was it Peter Gabriel, Alf, Fish or Michael Barrett? Give us a call on any of those numbers before 11 o'clock. You could win this.
Clearer You'll do it. We're just hanging long enough. You're down on the ground, bro, or so you say. You tell a hole in your pocket if you could find a way. Don't ask me how I know, 'cause you don't wanna hear. It's been a long, hard road, and the end is getting near. You never thought you'd ever get the chance. You never thought your break would come along. If you tell me what you want, I'll find the key. Just reach out and touch, it's all yours. If you hang long enough, you'll do it. We're just hanging long enough. They always say the best things in life are free. But you wanna have everything. Well, you're gonna have to beg if you want it all. You're gonna have to beg, so hang long enough, and you'll do it. Just hang long enough. Well, they'll let you out. Well, then pull you in. Playing hell with your emotions. You feel like giving in. Yeah. Just hang long enough, and you'll do it. Just hang long enough, and you'll do it. Yeah, hang long enough, and you'll do it.
Phil Collins, remake of Prince 1999. Yeah, very impressive. And somebody took a lot of time and effort to produce the work which went behind this article in the paper last week. The link between sugar and romance, between the concept of sweetness and the language of love, is explored by an anthropologist who has made an exhaustive study of the role sugar has played in modern history. He goes on saying that there's a very good reason why sugar is linked with love and ideas surrounding love, because sugar is such a potent and strong taste, and when you take it into your mouth it is almost overwhelming. So it's no surprise, he says, that sweet things should be linked in your mind to things which involve love and sex. He said, yeah, he comes up with a sentence like this. He says that good feelings are derived from the sweetness end of the spectrum of taste. And he says love, warmth, and that kind of thing come from the sweetness end of the spectrum of taste, not the sour, salty, or hot, he says. Presumably then he's never heard of things like hot, spicy, or saucy in his life. Single from the Sundays, this. Here's where the story ends.
Places I go make me feel tongue-tied, and I could see how people look down there on the inside. can see how people look down. I'm on the outside. Here's where the story ends. Oh, here's where the story ends. It's that little souvenir of a terrible year which makes my eyes feel sore. And whoever would have thought the books that you brought were all I love you for? Oh, the devil in me said, go down to the shed. I know where I belong. But the only thing I ever really wanted to say was wrong, was wrong, was wrong. It's that little souvenir of a California which makes me smile inside. So I cynically say, well, is that way? Surprise, 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 surprise. Here's where the story ends. Here's where the story ends.
Sundays, here's where the story ends. Stephen Rogers in Portland. Hope you got home safely, and I love you, says Sally. So there's a surprise. Here's tonight's feedback report number 1. What are your feelings about electric tadpoles?
Well, that's wrong. I think that's wrong.
Seems to be an increasing...
Well, I think anything like that is obviously wrong.
Any good points about the electric tadpoles?
I can't think of any good points about it.
You can find them more easily in the dark.
Well, it's not natural, not like fireflies and that sort of thing, is it?
No.
No, well, that's wrong, isn't it?
Do you think we should shave them so they fit in line with the other tadpoles?
No, I don't think so.
Then how would it feel about that?
Well, it would feel there's something wrong with it.
Pretty dreadful.
Yes.
Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to get through this thing called life. Electric word, life, it means forever, and that's a mighty long time. But I'm here to tell you, there's something else. The afterworld. A world of never-ending happiness. You can always see the sun, day or night. So when you call up that shrink in Beverly Hills, you know the one, doctor, everything will be alright. Instead of asking how much of your time is left, ask him how much of your mind, baby. 'Cause in this life, things are much harder than the afterworld. This life, you're on your own. And if the elevator tries to break you down, go crazy, punch a higher floor. Don't lie, the world you're living in. Take a look around, at least you got friends. I call my old lady for a friendly word. She picked up the phone, dropped it on the floor. It's all I heard. I'm not gonna let the elevator break us down. Oh no, let's go crazy. Let's get nuts. Look for the purple, but then I do they put us in the truck. Let's go. I'm excited, don't know why. Maybe it's 'cause we're all gonna die. When we do, what's it all for? Purple, but then until they put us in trouble. Let's go!
Oh, look, there's Wayne Carr.
In a garden in the house of love, sitting lonely on a plastic chair. The sun is cruel when he hides away. I need a sister, I'll just stay. A little girl, a little guy, in a church or in a school. Little Jesus, are you watching me? I'm so young, just 18. She, shine on. She, shine on. She, shine on. In a garden in the house of love, there's nothing real, just a code of advance. I'm not the pleasure that I used to be. So young, just 18. She, shine on. She, shine on. She, shine on. I don't know why I dream this way. The sky is purple, things are right every day. I don't know, it's just this world so far away. But I won't fight and I won't hate. Well, not today. In a garden in the house of love, sitting lonely on a plastic chair. The sun is cruel when he hides away. I need a sister, I'll just stay. She, shine on. She, shine on. She, shine on. Oh, she shine on. She shine on. She shine on. Oh, she shine on. She shine on. She shine on. And on and on.
House of Love. And here are some people rambling on about something actually specific and in particular. If you know what it is, then give us a call. Do you want to talk?
On February the 16th, 1990, about 99% of the people would have them.
They could have several layers. On average, they could contain about 2/3 of a cup of water.
Well, basically you can throw it up to 10, 12 metres.
I think they might cost £10.
Weigh a couple of ounces by itself.
Okay, so what is that? Bristol 238877, Gloucester 307575 and Swindon 513366. All you have to do is identify what these people are describing.
On February the 16th, 1990, about 99% of the people would have them.
They could have several layers. On average, they could contain about 2/3 of a cup of water.
Well, basically you can throw it up to 10, 12 metres.
I think they might cost £10.
Weigh a couple of ounces by itself.
And now, Wayne Carr, Hyperjock and Star. When he speaks, the world listens.
Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. He's the best story in the world, you know it. He's the best by far. Wake up.
Okay, and wonderful Wayne Carr, WC on the radio. Just wonderful to be with you again. Your favorite daytime jog, and we're checking out the local news for the international weather with the topicality and the word from your letters in Wayne's Mail. And first of all, we're checking some of the headlines from last week and the celebrity gossip too. See here that Eric Clapton, apparently Eric, 44, once completed an immigration form to tour Africa, and he marked the box occupation with the word leg end. Actually, that's two words, isn't it? But never mind. And we also have here Axel. That's right, the guy from Guns N' Roses. He was bruised and suffered a dislocated jaw when he went into a bar in Paris. That reminds me of a great joke, actually, I heard. I walked into a bar once. Ouch. It was an iron bar. I think the guy in the joke there probably gets burned or something on the iron. And I see also in the headlines last week, Anne's minder called cop a coon. Now that's just terrible. Just terrible story. That's just awful. I mean, you shouldn't do that. Not if the guy's a cop. Lady Thin, not seen lifting wine, so I guess the chick got away with it there. Caribbean Fortress for Drug Summit, so sounds like they're in a pretty safe place to do a lot of taking the drugs there. More safety urge for power tools, and I certainly know one power tool that carries a serious safety warning, okay? Goes off at the first touch. And police control broke down in Wapping riot. That's pathetic, isn't it? Just sad. I mean, you'd have thought they'd be really used to the riot situation. And it must have been the police chicks or something. One of the girlies. I mean, it's such a girly thing to do, isn't it, in the middle of a riot? And also checking out some of your letters here in Wayne's Mail. Of course, Valentine's week. Oh, wasn't it just wonderful Valentine's? I got loads of cards from just millions of chicks. Ones I'd seen maybe just once in my life. And funny thing was, they were all addressed to me, but they all spelt my name wrong. Exactly the same way. That was a weird thing. Still, at least I got the cards, and that's what counts. Wayne Carr, WC on the radio. Never mind if the chicks can't spell, it's not the brain that counts after all. Here's a great record. This is the Stone Roses, all right? And we're talking about a wonderful sound here called Sally.
Stone Roses, Sally Cinnamon. It is alleged that they were so hacked off that their old record company, because it's an old recording, decided to re-release that record in the light of the fact that they'd had the success with their previous single, that the Stone Roses themselves went round to the record company offices and duffed them up. It is alleged. Bit of trivia for you there, isn't it? You can just bring that up if you get particularly bored with somebody's conversation. Just say, excuse me, hang on a minute. Did you know? It's 17 minutes to whatever it is. And here are some descriptions of a normal everyday thing, an average drab kind of totally uninteresting object by itself, but interesting tonight because if you get it right, then you can win yourself an extremely large prize. Have a listen, see what these people are describing.
On February the 16th, 1990, about 99% of the people would have them.
They could have several layers. On average, they could contain about 2/3 of a cup of water.
Well, basically you can throw it up to 10, 12 metres.
I think they might cost £10.
Weigh a couple of ounces by itself.
OK. Gloucester 307 575, Swindon 513366, and Bristol 238877. What were those people describing? If you know, give us a call. We'll do the first round sometime just around 11 o'clock. See if I can get you those again.
On February the 16th, 1990, about 99% of the people would have them.
They could have several layers. On average, they could contain about 2/3 of a cup of water.
Well, basically you can throw it up to 10, 12 metres.
I think they might cost £10.
Weigh a couple of ounces by itself.
There's a man working in a field. He sees the rain and it's burning, but he says it can't be real. Oh, and he sees the color of the fields turning far away. Man too busy getting rich to care. Close their eyes, let it on out into the air, hoping nobody else would care. Look out any window, look out any open door, look out any window to see what's going on around you. There's a man working on a boat, pouring lines from the water, but just trying to stay afloat. Oh, feeling the nets is getting harder. Far away, they bend the roots so secretly. Close their eyes, let it all out into the sea, hoping nobody else would see. Look out, look out any open door, look out any window to see what's going on around you. Far away, too many leaders let 'em get their way. Close their eyes, let it on out into the bay. Did they clear it up another day? Look out any window, look out any open door, look out any window to see what's going on around you. Look out for the big boys telling you everything you're gonna do. Look out
Bruce Hornsby in the range. Look out in your window. Chris Morris, this is, by the way, the late known Cure, your local BBC station in the West. Here's tonight's feedback report number 2. Particularly interested to know your feelings on big noise powder.
I think the noise is too much.
Should it be allowed?
It shouldn't, no.
It should be quieter.
Very much quieter.
What colour should it be?
I think it should be something that sticks out so that people know what it represents.
Yeah, like what?
Red.
And what colour shouldn't it be?
Black.
What do you think it should be carried in? Big noise powder.
Well, it should be kept in a airtight container.
How much should one individual be allowed to carry?
Very, very small quantity.
Number of grams?
Between 1 and 20.
Lisa Stansfield live together. So we're with Robert from Cheltenham. Hello, Robert.
Hello, Chris.
How are you?
Not bad, thanks.
What was the word between there and Chris?
Sorry?
What was the word between there and Chris? You said hello there, something Chris.
No, I didn't say with me.
Oh, I didn't know. It must have been that you had two shots at the beginning of the word.
Yeah. You know that bloke called Matt? The one who answers the phones, you know?
No. It's actually somebody called Karen who's answering the phone.
Yeah, there's someone called Matt in there as well. Last week there was us.
Was there, Robert?
Yeah, well, he's much nicer than you, isn't he?
Is he?
Some badges.
How did he what?
He sent me some badges.
Yeah, well, that's only because he needs a few friends, Robert. I don't. What's your answer?
I think it's a set of traffic lights.
Bye-bye, then. Got Scylla from Swindon. Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Oh, particularly well, thank you.
Okay.
What's going on?
Not a lot, really. Just sort of wasting time at the moment.
Yeah, you are really, aren't you? I think you're about to find out just how much. What's your answer?
Yeah, well, I only have part of your, in the questions, but I thought a compact disc.
Thanks, Scylla. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Peter in Hotwells.
Hello.
How are you, Peter?
I'm very well, very well.
Good. What about your answer?
I thought it was something to do with pancakes.
Yes.
You know, throwing out...
Are you trying to get me to give you the answer? You're sort of trying to trick me to give you...
I can't be precise. It's sort of, I would say pancake mixture.
Biological. Biological or non-biological?
Biological or non-biological?
Yeah, the pancake mixture. Could be important.
I'm going to go for non-biological.
Never mind, Peter. You want to change your answer?
Biological.
No. 238877 in Bristol, Gloucester 307575 and Swindon 513366. Have a listen. What are these people describing?
On February the 16th, 1990, about 99% of the people would have them.
They could have several layers. On average, they could contain about 2/3 of a cup of water.
Well, basically you can throw it up to 10, 12 metres.
I think they might cost £10.
Weigh a couple of ounces by itself.
Okay, so what is that? We'll do another round in a matter of minutes as opposed to hours because we've got about an hour and 4 minutes left. And if you want to phone up and get your hands on whatever you want, really, if you're just one of those sort of sad people who actually phones up and thinks it's quite a good thing to receive a record for free and for your efforts, then we'll send you one with a couple of flaws in it. We'll also send you some badges. We'll send you some bits of paper with some worthless, rambling writing on it and some really awful photographs. Anything else, you know the numbers. supposed I should fall from grace from God. Two of the loos, which used to belong to John Lennon, were sold last week for £1,000. Apparently they still contain remnants of number 9 Dream. Now, between you and me, I should drop you in anything here, but something's supposed to happen, and let me see if it will happen again now. Hang on, this one will go, and then I'll have to play something else if not. All right, I'll tell you what I'll do. Here's the deal. Here's the clues again. If you can work out what these people are saying or what they're talking about, then give us a call on the phone numbers. Bristol 238877, Gloucester 307575, and Swindon 513366.
On February the 16th, 1990, about 99% of the people would have them.
They could have several layers. On average, they could contain about 2/3 of a cup of water.
Well, basically you can throw it up to 10, 12 metres.
I think they might cost £10.
Weigh a couple of ounces by itself.
Good Lord.
Music is a world within itself, with a language we all understand, with an equal opportunity for all to sing, dance, and clap their hands. Well, just because a record has a groove, don't make it in the groove. But you can tell right away it's Dr. A when the people start to move. They can feel it all over. They can feel it all over people. They can feel it all over. They can feel it all over people. Music knows it is and always will be one of the things that life just won't quit. But here's some of music's pioneers that time will not allow us to forget now. Well, there's Basie Miller, Timo, and the king of all Sadu. And with a voice like Alice ringing out, there's no way the band could lose. You can feel it all over. You can feel it all over people. You can feel it all over. You can feel it all over people. You can feel it all over. You can feel it all over people. You can feel it all over. You can feel it all over. Yes, sir. You can feel it all over. You can feel it all over people. You can feel it all over. You can feel it all over people. You can feel it all over. You can feel it all over people. You can feel it all over. I can feel it all over.
Had a few people calling up to ask if I can repeat the details of the meat quiz.
Come on, let's feel it all over people. You can feel it all over.
At the same time, I'll let you know who's won the Phil Collins LP. So the meat quiz, first of all, all you have to do is drop us on a postcard or a folded over stuck down envelope just the name of the person you'd like to meet. Tony is the man who's running the competition. So, dear Tony, I would like to meet so-and-so, and then just sign your name at the bottom and put a stamped addressed envelope in with it. and to say, I await your reply with interest. So, dear Tony, I would like to meet so-and-so, and then, to reply with interest. It's done on a kind of raffle basis, and you could be in to win yourself quite a handsome prize there, and certainly some stickers and badges and pens and all the rest of the usual drivel. But there could be something a little bit more exciting in it as well. We can't really at this stage. It's a bit of a secret. But if you prepare the blank postcard, or just fold over an envelope and then just write the answer on the back there. Dear Tony, I would like to meet, and then put whoever you'd like to meet, and send it off to Tony Talmadge, BBC Wiltshire Sound, Broadcasting House, Prospect Place, Swindon, Wilts. Then we'll sort that out for you by the end of the month. So it's just like, Dear Tony, I would like to meet, and then the name of a famous person, and then send it off to Broadcasting House, Prospect Place, Swindon, Wiltshire. Dear Tony. And it's the meet quiz. And then just put at the bottom, I await your reply with interest. Give me that address one more time before the end of the programme. These are the Trash Can Sinatras, Obscurity Knocks.
Always at the root of the photograph, that's me there, snug as a thug in a mugshot pose, about my throat, owner of his corner and not much more. Still these days, I'm better placed to get my just rewards. I'll find out a June, and very soon I'll have too much to say. The dead stupid man, and no, I ought to be running. I feel like a veteran. Oh, I like your poetry, but I hate your poems. Calendars crumble on me, deeper numbers have turned 21. I'm twist, I'm bust, I'm wrong again. Rubbing shoulders with the sheets tilted, looking at my watch and I'm half past caring, and the lap of luxury it comes to me. Is this headboard hot? Am I a lap behind? But to face it in a suspect room all by myself is the kind of thing I never contemplate. Lots of people with pride gonna spring to mind. No, I got to be running. I feel like a veteran. Oh, I like your poetry, but I hate your poems. Calendars crumble on me, deeper numbers have turned 21. I'm twist, I'm bust, I'm wrong again. Know what it's like to sigh at the side of the first quarter of life. Ever stopped to think and find that nothing was there? They laugh to see such fun. I'm playing blind man blood. Oh, by my exhale, and they're chanting a line from a nursery rhyme sing. Baba, bleary eyes, have you any idea? Yes, I'm running, I must be a veteran. Oh, I like your poetry, but I hate your poets. I the calendars quarter of a day that I'm numbered and turned 21. I'm twist, I'm bust, I'm wrong again. Twist, I'm bust, I'm wrong again. Twist, I'm bust, I'm wrong again.
As Trash Can Sinatras, the Royal Marines have decided to soften their approach to their trainees. The instructors will be in future discussing orders as opposed to just issuing them. So when they get the new batch of trainees, it'll be left, right, 1, 2, knees up, come on, you horrible lot. You are an horrible little man. You are an odious little man. That was the old days, the new days. You are an horrible little man. You are an odious little man, aren't you? The Aerosmith LP, subtly entitled Pump. Most of his lyrics appear to have been written by the now otherwise redundant Carry On scriptwriting team. But that sort of portrays an almost musical approach to some of their music, some of their songs. That's Aerosmith and a song called Janie's Got a Gun. This spring's Innovations catalogue has surpassed itself. It's a bit like Sunday Sport. You seem to think that after a while they must have peaked and that they're never actually going to reach the same depths again. Or the same heights, if we stick with the same analogy, shall we? Peter, no, the same heights again. But they've managed to do it this time. For example, a couple of the items in this month's Innovations catalogue. Let's have a look and see what we can find. Well, for a start, they're sticking with this one because it's a winner. Turn old newspapers into free firelighters. What a good idea that is. No one has ever thought of that before, turning newspapers into firelighters, because they are not obviously inflammable. It's not obviously easy to scrunch up and shove under a pile of logs. No. Why not pay somebody 15 quid for the pleasure of them telling you how to do it and also feeling stupid that you hadn't thought of it before? What else? Keep your sweaters in shape. Doesn't specify whether it means the yogurt or the milk. Either way, a silly idea. And this is good. Check the outside temperature indoors. Yes, this handy electronic digital thermometer clock allows you to check the outdoor temperatures from within doors. All you do is place the unit indoors, say by a window, then place the sensor outside. Whilst you're doing so, ignoring the temperature you feel when you do it, link up the 10-foot of wire, flick the switch, and hey presto, the temperature is displayed on the LED. This is much less expensive, much less time-consuming, much less inconvenient than, for example, going out and buying a thermometer for £2.50 and leaning it against the outside windowsill from a position where you can see it indoors and saving yourself at least £10. And here's a good one. Once again, the Japanese challenge Western aesthetic notions, introducing its unlikely proportions, which have grown out of ergonomic research, giving you an instrument that pleasurably fits into your hand. It's the Fat Pen. 6 inches long, 1.5 inches wide, and not for sale in convents. And finally for now, the simple burglar deterrent. Yes, it's a light which flashes on and off and will deter no one but the very simplest of burglars. More perhaps from the Innovations catalogue later with Paul McCartney's current single. And by the way, well done to Brendan from Yeovil. You've won the Phil Collins LP.
Give me your hand, I'd like to shake it. I want to show you I'm your friend. You'll understand if I can make it clear. It's all that matters in the end. Put it there, if a way's return. That's what a father said to his young son. I don't care if it weighs a ton, as long as you and I are here. Put it there. Long as you and I are here, put it there. If there's a fight, I'd like to fix it. I hate to see things go so wrong. The darkest night and all its mixed emotions is getting lighter, sing along. Put it there, if it weighs a ton. That's what a father said to his young son. I don't care if it weighs a ton, as long as you and I are here. Put it there. Long as you and I are here, put it there.
Very unusual these days coming across a pop song which is that short, but that one's just abreast of 2 minutes, therefore being only 4 seconds longer than Tom Jones, and it's not unusual. But anyway, we've got Mr. Brown from Bradford. Bradford on Avon. Let me just move the clock. Yes, Bradford on Avon. Yes, there we are. Hello, Mr. Brown.
Hello.
What's your Christian name, sir?
Rodney.
Rodney?
Yep.
Okay, and your middle name?
West.
Your height?
Oh, about 6'2".
And your weight?
Oh, 11.5 stone.
11.5 stone, so slightly underweight. And what do you like with wasps?
They sting me usually.
Are you frightened of them, though?
No, they just sting you.
They just sting you and you don't mind them?
No.
So that's unusual because wasps normally come after the kind of people... Oh, well, anyway. What's your answer?
The EEC passport.
No, but thanks very much for calling and reminding us of that beautiful object.
It is a beautiful object.
It is, isn't it? Would you like to say anything else before you go?
Yes.
What?
Wonderful programme.
Oh, dear. Well, really. You're not going to stick around if you say that kind of thing because clearly... You're taking the mick, but thanks very much for calling. No, I'm not really. He said they were going. He fielded a second comment. He's almost his headphones fell off his head. But thanks very much, Mr. Brown. Good night. Bye-bye. So it's Greg from Cheltenham.
G'day, Sport.
Oh, one of those. I see. Well, let's get this over with quickly. What's your answer?
I think the only one I could think of that fitted all the clues was Ronald Reagan.
You tried to make that last as long as possible, didn't you? Goodbye, Greg.
Hello.
Here are the clues again.
For the 16th, 1990, about 99% of the people would have them.
They could have several layers. On average, they could contain about 2/3 of a cup of water.
Well, basically you can throw it up to 10, 12 metres.
I think they might cost £10.
Weigh a couple of ounces by itself.
So what is that? I'm going to give that to you one more time because clearly these clues are not hitting the mark particularly. I mean, there's supposed to be something. By the way, if you just come back from the pub, your brain's awash, then you will actually phone up with better answers than anyone else at the moment. And furthermore, drunk people on the radio are particularly inclined to do something daft and silly. I'm not saying entertaining, but just something stupid normally, actually. So why not phone up, if you can? Listen, if you're drunk, right, you're also suggestible. So there you are, you've come in. Phone up, right? Why did you leave the radio on? Listen, it's just coming, it's talking at you from the wall. Hello, yes, you. Go over to the phone up and take part and just identify what these people are talking about. They're just describing a normal, everyday, boring object, but you wouldn't believe it from the answers we've had so far.
On February the 16th, 1990, about 99% of the people would have them.
They could have several layers. On average, they could contain about 2/3 of a cup of water.
Well, basically you can throw it up to 10, 12 metres.
I think they might cost £10.
Weigh a couple of ounces by itself.
The light switch, who watches over you? Make a little birdhouse in your soul, not to put too fine a point on it. Say I'm the only bee in your bonnet. Make a little birdhouse in your soul. I have a secret to tell from my electrical well. It's a simple message and I'm leaving out the whistles and bells. So the room must listen to me. Filibuster vigilantly. My name is Blue Canary, one note spelled L-I-T-E. My story's infinite, like the Longines Symphony. It doesn't rest. Blue Canary in the alley by the light switch, who watches over you? Make a little birdhouse in your soul, not to put too fine a point on it. Say I'm the only bee in your bonnet. Make a little birdhouse in your soul. Friend, but really I'm not actually your friend, but I am. There's a picture opposite me of my primitive ancestry, which stood on rocky shores and kept the beaches shipwreck free. Though I respect that a lot, I'd be fired if that were my job. After killing Jason off and countless screaming Argonauts, new bird of friendliness, like guardian angels, it's always near. By the light switch, who watches over you? Make a little birdhouse in your soul, not to put too fine a point on it. Say I'm the only bee in your
They Might Be Giants, who are playing around just only 2 or 3 gigs in England this week, and the LP, I think, is released halfway through it too. That's their current single, Birdhouse in Your Soul. And, single sales are so small at the moment, you know, that if you go out and buy that, it might actually make an influence on the state of the charts. And that surely ought to be doing better than quite a lot of the other nonsense that's around, if you care at all. And momentarily one does get sort of whisked into caring about these things, but only when you're sort of confronted with a record which is quite clearly as good as that one. And I'm not getting any money for saying that, you know. Here's tonight's feedback report number 3. How do you feel about the recent rise of irresponsible saucepan behaviour?
I didn't really know about that.
Saucepan, did you say?
Some of them are quite heavy.
Yeah, especially the iron ones.
The iron ones.
The iron ones, yeah.
The iron ones.
Yes, definitely.
Definitely.
The iron ones.
Definitely the iron ones.
We wouldn't purchase the heavier gauge.
Because of the danger.
Yeah.
What to you would be irresponsibility around the area of a saucepan?
Well, the way you handle it, of course. I think they're very heavy, actually, aren't they? These cast iron, if that's what the ones we're talking about. The old black pots like they used to use.
And you shouldn't cast iron
No.
at people.
No.
You've got to stack it, isn't it?
Stack it. Height above the ground is important.
Yes, definitely.
What could be the worst thing you think that could happen in the house due to irresponsible saucepan behaviour?
Well, if I had a heavy one on a shelving system, and it fell down, they'd do a bit of damage to one.
They'd make a large thock on your head, and do you think you'd ever get up again?
No.
And what's the maximum height above the ground that these things should be stored at anyway?
Eye level.
Which is about how many feet?
4 or 5 feet, I should say.
What do you think about taking a leaf out of the catering industry's book and attaching a couple of helium balloons so that if it fell off the shelf, it would come down slowly?
Yes, that's true.
How many balloons would you recommend?
5?
Yeah, just decided there will be another round in tonight's competition. If you want to take part, Bristol 238877, Gloucester 307575 and Swindon 513366, as long as you can deduce what these people are describing.
On February the 16th, 1990, about 99% of the people would have them.
They could have several layers. On average, they could contain about 2/3 of a cup of water.
Well, basically you can throw it up to 10, 12 metres.
I think they might cost £10.
Weigh a couple of ounces by itself.
generously sacrificing the chance of actually winning the prize in the interest of making a few of us laugh. I don't know. And we even had one for Richard Digance as well. And who did he replace as lead singer of Genesis? I don't think anybody avoided putting Peter Gabriel, even though somebody actually phoned up and said Peter Gabriel, even though they thought they were joking. So anyway, and that was that was one a few minutes ago, but those were the final correct answers. All this Perrier stuff, it really has been slightly, well, I don't know, I found myself laughing. Did you? I mean, I did find myself laughing, I have to say. And somebody was talking about all the implications involved. Did you know, for example, that Perrier actually owned the Buxton Mineral Water Company? Part of Perrier UK has just sort of wolfed that up. So it seems that, you know, while one limb will be going down, the other limb will be rising triumphantly to the surface. Somebody else was speaking on behalf of Coca-Cola and Schweppes, and they own the Malvern Water interest, and they said, we'll be stepping up production, although it's too late to say how much, but we are certainly not going to be jumping up and down with glee at Perrier's predicament. He then said, this is a booming market, and it certainly would be if you struck a match anywhere near it, I guess.
What a feeling I get when I'm with you.
strange tingle of excitement. As I imagine for a moment that somebody might actually not have the competition right by the time we finish the programme. I can go home with all the prizes and cradle them in my arms and say, oh, you're mine, and I managed to avoid giving you to anyone else. All you have to do is identify something which is described by some perfectly normal people in the street who just, I said, describe this object, and they said, oh, sure, we will. And they then came out with this.
On February the 16th, 1990, about 99% of the people would have them.
They could have several layers. On average, they could contain about 2/3 of a cup of water.
Well, basically, you can throw it up to 10, 12 metres.
I think they might cost £10.
Weigh a couple of ounces by itself.
Well, I beg your pardon, Margaret, what's going on there? Are you with somebody? Or are you amusing yourself?
Hello.
Tell us, which one it is? Are you with somebody?
Yes.
They were tickling you, weren't they? Well, someone whilst you were on the phone?
No, just make me laugh.
Really?
Yes.
Yes, it's always a dangerous stage, that. What's your answer?
Well, I think it's a loaf of bread.
You don't really. You just wanted to phone up and just spill some of your domestic routine onto the radio. But thanks for calling anyway, Margaret.
Okay,
Bye.
thanks, bye.
And it's Andrew from Cheltenham.
Right, Chris?
How are you?
I'm all right.
Good, you sound particularly well, full of beans. What have you been doing tonight?
I've been in bed, actually, because that's what you do at night, you see.
What, already?
Yeah.
You've been in bed already?
I've been listening to you.
Yeah, so you went to bed, what, specific to try and go to sleep or to try and listen to the radio?
To go to sleep, before I listen to you.
Both? I've got you now, yes, I see what you're saying. Okay, very good.
Quick, aren't you?
Why are you going... Well, yeah, particularly tonight, I think, don't you? Yeah, I think I'm really on the case tonight. But
quick on the draw, yeah.
What I'm wondering, Andrew, is why you go to bed so early on a Friday night?
Oh, see, I've got earache.
Yeah? Tell me more.
Well, I've got earache.
You've just got earache?
Yeah.
Have you had it sort of swabbed by a doctor, or is it kind of chucking out green stuff? Is it...
Yeah, oh no, my tonsils are yellow.
You're on... Yeah, and you're on any kind of prescription for it?
Yeah, bogies.
No, that's not funny, is it? That really isn't funny. You were doing quite well, then.
That's not very funny, sorry.
So just tell us your answer and then go away.
Well, I've got two, actually.
No, just give me one.
I thought it was one of them catalytic converter thingies that goes in cars.
Right, now go away. Bristol 238877, Gloucester 307575, and Swindon 513366. I'm going to have to play these for you again. I don't believe this. Somebody must actually know what this is. I mean, really, we're not playing that silly game where we actually hide the right answer till right at the end like they do on some stations. Would you believe that? I don't know, but we're not doing that. We actually need a right answer, and all we're getting is wrong one. I don't want anyone else with a wrong answer, just want a right answer now on those numbers.
On February the 16th, 1990, about 99% of the people would have them.
They could have several layers. On average, they could contain about 2/3 of a cup of water.
Well, basically, you can throw it up to 10, 12 metres.
I think they might cost £10.
Weigh a couple of ounces by itself.
So what is that? That's the last chance. If you don't get it right now, I don't know, I can't give it away again, surely, can I? It's something to do with shoes.
Set the same for a rock and roll band.
fighting man. Okay, blimey, listen, hang on, let's just see if we can make something of this. I got somebody lined up I'm going to have a word with. Let's have a word with this person as well. Hello? Hello?
Hello.
Who's speaking there?
It's Sue here.
Hello, Sue, sorry about the noise. Sue, have you got an answer for us?
Is it a Wellington boot?
No, close, but thanks for calling.
Thank you.
Bye. So we're with John.
Toe caps.
Same to you, John, yes. What made you come up with that sort of brilliantly inspired answer?
Oh, that was just a bit of divine inspiration.
Was it really?
Yeah.
You really actually guessed that? I mean, nobody told you it, and you weren't one of the people I spoke to in the street this afternoon?
No.
You promise?
Yeah.
Absolutely promise?
You never told me at all.
Righto, John. Well, that's brilliant stuff. I don't know how you managed to get it from these clues. It really was ridiculous. Let's have a listen again.
On February the 16th, 1990, about 99% of the people would have them.
They could have several layers. On average, they could contain about 2/3 of a cup of water.
Well, basically, you can throw it up to 10, 12 metres.
I think they might cost £10.
Weigh a couple of ounces by itself.
So that was it. That was a toe cap. Well done, John.
Thank you.
Cheers. Stick on the line and we'll send you something.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Unbelievable. You can phone up and say toe cap, you can win yourself millions.
A sense of duty was my one intention, and an ugly beauty was my own invention. Pride, a proud refusal. I refuse to need your approval. Too many secrets, too few beacons. Through the fog we will keep on beaming. Through the crying hours of your glitter years, all the living out of your tinsel tears, and the midnight trains I never made, 'cause I'd already played the game. Everybody's got their own good reason why the favorite season is the favorite season. Winter winners and those summer suns are good for everyone, are good for everyone. Spring is long and autumn so well done, and it's a better thing that we do now, forgetting everything, the whys and hows, while you reminisce about the things you miss. You won't be ready to kiss goodbye. Yes, it's a world, the world is a ball in a game with no rules at all. And just as I wonder at the beauty of it all, you go and drop it, and it breaks when it falls. I'll never understand why you thought I would need to be reassured, be understood, when I always knew your bad's my good, and I was ready to love. Born under Mars, with Jupiter rising, fallen from stars that lit my horizon. I never understand why you thought I wouldn't be reassured, be understood, when I always knew your bad's my good, and I was ready to leave. The crying hours of your glitter years, all the living out, your tinsel tears, and the midnight trains I'd never made, 'cause I'd already played. It's a better thing that we do now, forgetting everything, the whys and hows, while you reminisce about the things you miss. You won't be ready to kiss goodbye.
Echo and the Bunnymen in the game. Here's tonight's feedback report number 4. What do you think of opinion pods?
Well, I think it's very free. Everyone seems to be able to say exactly as they please, really.
So you think opinion pods are on the increase?
Yes, I would say so, yeah.
Do you see any problems in having too many opinion pods?
I could envisage a situation where it could be counterproductive and quite destructive.
I guess if one's head is overcrowded with opinion pods, it doesn't leave much room for anything else, like...
Normal day-to-day living.
and common sense.
Right.
Perhaps one could advise people then on a maximum number of opinion pods.
Well, 4.
It really can't be right that a love like that, so pure and so divine, suffers one more lonely night. For her faith could move a mountain and make a blind man see. She won't linger in the valley of despair as she fights to set him free. So may his spirit never die, or his heart be broken too. For the faithful far and wide see the daylight breaking through. So man, don't cry, and don't cry. Such a clear case of injustice, matched with virtue unsurpassed. How I long to hear the news that we all wait for. Johnny's coming home at last. So may his spirit never die. Don't let them take, or his heart be broken too. Don't let them break, for the faithful far and wide never forsake. See the daylight breaking through. Some man don't cry, don't cry, don't cry. I hope he knows he's still in our prayers. I only hope he knows that there are people here who so may his spirit never die. Don't let them take, or his heart be broken too. Don't let them break, for the faithful far and wide never forsake. See the daylight breaking through. Man, don't cry. Oh, man, don't cry. Man, don't cry. Man, don't cry.
Christians from their LP Colours, or Colour to be more correct, and that's Man Don't Cry. It's amazing the lengths people go to will come up with something that they can tell you is good for you. The latest one is mind-jogging games, like if you play darts, or if you do crosswords, or if you are a puzzle buff. It's not the sort of thing, mind you, puzzle buffs aren't ashamed to own up to that kind of thing, but anyone else, perish the thought. But you go, hello, I'm a puzzle buff. bang, about 10 people drop dead in front of you, rather than face the torrent of extremely dull conversation that comes out of your mouth. But people have been saying that this is actually good for your brain. And somebody who's standing up on behalf of the darts players said a lot of rubbish is sputtered about darts players and the amount of alcohol they consume. Certainly darts would keep a mind more agile. People who play darts are counting all the time. Of course they are. They're going 19 pints, 20 pints, 21. And clearly you went to bed last night human and woke up a fish this morning, if you can't tell who's playing guitar on this by John Lee Hooker.
You can keep the good times, righteousness, the best part in life, rather than pretend we are A1, ultra fine. Shall I be the first then to say what we have found? There's something in our lifetime won't let us settle down. Darling, it's a life full of surprises. It's no how growing older or wiser.
Archbishop.
You don't have to pretend you're not crying when it's even in the way that you're walking. let your conscience be harmful to your health. Let no neurotic impulse turn inward on itself. Just say that you were happy, as happy would allow, and tell yourself that we'll have to do for now. Darling, it's a life of surprises. It's no help growing older or wiser. You don't have to pretend you're not crying when it's even in the way that you're walking.
Yeah, tempted though I am actually to carry on until about 2:30 this morning. What I might do is actually, if you listen to your radio very closely, 2:30, I might just go hello in the middle of what else is going on. But that's it for tonight. Thanks very much for listening. The Midnight News Summary is next, and I'll see you next Friday night at 10 o'clock. That was Prefab Sprout, by the way.
The news at midnight, this is Richard Clegg. Britain has reached agreement with China over a constitution for Hong Kong. Good. But Labour has accused the government of caving in to Peking.
Downloaded from Cooked and Bombed. www.cookedandbombed.co.uk or chilled.cream.org.